Hey everyone, it's April and welcome back to my channel, House to Home. Today I'm going to be showing you how I created a faux brick wall inside my dining room. There are plenty of videos already on YouTube on how to do this, but I thought it would be fun for me to share my experience with you and show you how it turned out in case you want to create one of your own. If you are new here, I would love for you to take a minute and hit that subscribe button and join my YouTube family. And to all my new subscribers, welcome. I am so glad to have you here. Give this video a thumbs up if you like watching little dogs wrestle, and let's get right on into it. Okay, so the supplies you will need: first, some joint compound in the Proform Professional Formula Light. I picked this up from Walmart for $6.99 and I ended up needing 2 of them. A putty knife so you can apply the joint compound. You'll need a level, mine's just from the Dollar Tree, and a pencil. And then some masking tape. I ended up needing 2 rolls of this. I believe it's 97 cents at Walmart, so stock up depending on the size wall you have, and I got this in the 18 millimeters. Next, some paintbrushes. You can get a pack of these at Walmart too. I think it was like $3 for all 3. Then I got some Kills chalk paint in white, and then some Waverly in the color Elephant. If you would rather your bricks be more of like a brownish tone, you could just pick up any other color chalk paint or an apple barrel paint as well. So I didn't want to take you through this tedious formula because it takes forever, and if you're like me, my walls are not all very straight, some are crooked, so I used my level and I drew out all of the lines with the pencil, and then I lined them with tape. They are 8 inches wide by 3 inches high, each individual brick. And you want to make sure that on all of the ends that you leave kind of like a tail of tape sticking out. That way when you apply the joint compound, you will be able to see where that tape starts and you'll be able to remove it easily. This was probably the most time consuming out of every step of this project. It took me a really long time just to make sure that everything was level and drawn out. But once you do that, now we're moving on to the joint compound. So you're going to get your putty knife and you are just going to just start smearing it all over your wall. There really is no rhyme or reason for this, and if you go in different directions, it's gonna give you more of like a chunky effect and give your bricks more texture, which is what I was trying to do here. So you'll just keep going. I just did kind of a section at a time because it's pretty hot out and you do not want your joint compound to dry. You want it to still be wet when you remove the tape. So I just worked in small sections until I filled up an entire piece with the joint compound. Next, you will see that there is still some tape that is showing through, which is fine. I knew that I didn't need to have any there. And this is what it looks like when you remove the tape. So I'll show you. It's kind of a satisfying feeling as you remove it, just because you can see those nice clean lines. And it can be really messy because all of the joint compound will like fall on the floor, get all over your fingers. So just make sure you have a trash can handy, and you do have to wash your hands a lot in between steps. If your tape kind of bled through a little, you can just, slightly move the joint compound with your finger and try to make it more of like a pointier, squared off brick there. And it's really easy to touch up. If you miss a spot, you can add it as well. And just keep removing all of the tape. And then once that dries, we will be ready to move on to the next step. Okay, so it's the next day. I left it dry overnight, and I think it looks really cool just as is, but I do feel like it needs a little bit more contrast, and I don't know, I just wanted to have like more of a distressed look. So I started, messing around and playing with painting the bricks. I think the key to this is going to be to not like fully paint them. Like, you don't want it to be solid and opaque. It's kind of more of like a dry brush look. Like I said, if you don't want to use gray, then I would go with like a darker brown shade. But since I have a lot of grays in my house, that's what I went with. So I'm taking my chalk paint with a light hand, and I'm just kind of, dry brushing it. It's really making the texture of the brick pop out. And I'm just kind of making some, sections look darker and other ones lighter, just so, it gives it, more dimension, I guess you would say. But this is pretty time consuming as well, just because you have to go through and make sure that you get every little brick, and you really have no other way to speed up this process, and you don't want to get it into your white grout lines. So this will take a few hours, but once you stick with it, you will be left with something that looks like this. And you are more than welcome to stop at this point, but I think it's too dark. This side looked too light without any paint, and then I think this side is too dark. So I am going to whitewash all of this as soon as I'm done. I'm going to finish up all of my painting of the bricks, and then we will start whitewashing. Now on to our whitewashing, which is probably the easiest step out of all of the steps you will do to make this wall. So I didn't water my paint down at all. I'm just using, the white chalk paint right out of the can. And I am brushing it all over into the grout lines and onto the bricks. And the whole point is that the gray will definitely show through with one coat of the white. It will just kind of lighten and mute it, dial it down a bit. And it'll just kind of give that distressed, worn out brick look that I'm going for. I'd like to take a sec and really apologize that the audio in this video is kind of a little fuzzy and muffled. It's because I have a fan going because it's so hot while I'm doing this voiceover, and it sounds like it's picking it up, but I apologize, and I hope you can still hear me clearly. And finally, our faux brick wall is done. It's all dry, and I hung all of my decor back up on the wall, and I absolutely love it. I wanted to do another accent wall in this room, and I've been wanting to do something with faux brick for a while. I was gonna buy those like panels that they sell at Home Depot and attach them to the wall and paint them and stuff, till I saw this tutorial, and I thought I'd give this a try since it was much cheaper. I had the paint on hand, so really this only cost me like $20 to do, and if you had to buy the paint it would be $40. So much cheaper. But I will tell you guys that you have to have a lot of patience and a lot of time to invest into this project. This took me like 2.5 days to get it all done, from taping it to putting the joint compound to painting it. But in the end, I just absolutely love the result, and I'm so happy that I decided to do this. I don't know what else to say. I hope you guys enjoyed it as well, and if you want to try and do this, I would love to see pictures of your finished results. You can share them with me over on Instagram at Housetohome_XOXO. I'd love for you to follow me over there because I do post a lot of pictures and share updates with you. So other than that, like I said, if you're new, I'd love for you to subscribe. I post videos twice a week on home decor, shopping, DIYs, and decorating. And until the next one, I'll see you guys then. Bye!